Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Miss Cathy's Critter Corner. I'm Miss Cathy, Children's Library Assistant. Today I'm very excited to talk about one of my very favorite critters, the monarch butterfly. And here's one of our little caterpillars right here. If you stopped by the library last fall, you might have seen the display that we had where we talked all about monarch butterflies and we had caterpillars and adult butterflies on display. Last fall we raised quite a few butterflies and released them when they became adults. I do have some butterflies that will be in the children's department this year, so if you stop by, come on in and see them. Monarch butterflies are very common all across the country, and they are easy to spot since they are bright orange and black. The thing that makes monarch butterflies special is that they migrate thousands of miles to winter roosting sites in Mexico and California. Monarch caterpillars are very picky eaters. They will only eat the leaves of the milkweed plant. The milkweed plant has a milky white sap, and that's one of the ways that you can recognize it. There are many varieties of milkweed, but the one that I've had the most success with is the common milkweed. This is a tall plant with dark, wide green leaves, and in June they have a purple flower, purple pink, and at the end of the season they have seed pods that are full of fluffy little seeds that will fly off and find a new place to grow. The butterflies usually lay eggs one at a time on the underside of a milkweed leaf. In a few days, the tiny, creamy white egg will turn dark. You're actually seeing the little caterpillar's head through the clear shell of his egg. He hatches out and begins eating and growing. They go through 5 instars, or stages between molts, when they shed their skin. In just 2 weeks, the caterpillar is full-sized. He leaves the milkweed and begins roaming, looking for a place to make his chrysalis. When he finds a good spot, he attaches himself securely with a little silk pad and hangs down head first in a J position. This caterpillar is full-sized and he's ready to go and find a place to make his chrysalis. I know this because he stopped eating his milkweed plants and started wandering around his enclosure. When they're not quite ready, they spend all their time on the milkweed just eating. After about 24 hours, he sheds his skin one last time, and what's left is a bright green chrysalis with little gold specks. The chrysalis hangs for about 2 weeks. When the butterfly is ready to emerge or eclose from the pupa, it becomes clear and you can see the color of his wings inside. One morning, the chrysalis will break open and the butterfly will slide out. When he emerges, his wings are crumpled and his body is very large. He will hang onto the chrysalis for a couple of hours as his body pumps fluid into his wings. Once his wings are fully open and dry, he will head off to find some nectar and begin the next cycle. Instead of hiding away in a chrysalis all summer, monarch butterflies fly south like birds. The generations that hatch out at the end of the summer will not lay eggs. They won't reproduce. They'll just eat as much as they can, and then they leave and start flying to Mexico. Some of those butterflies can fly as far as 3,000 miles. Once they arrive in the mountains of Mexico, those butterflies will spend most of the winter huddled together for warmth. In the early spring, they will begin their return journey. In February and March, they are able to reproduce, and they fly northward, laying eggs. The migrators can live as long as 9 months, far longer than the other generations. The next generation picks up the journey a few weeks later when they have become butterflies. It can take 3 or 4 generations for the monarchs to make their way all the way to Canada. If you provide lots of food and places to lay eggs, you'll have monarchs in your own yard. This is a cluster of them on my butterfly bush filling up on nectar before they head to the coast. Last fall, I was lucky enough to be down in Smith Point on the beach during the week when the monarchs were flying along the coast at the beginning of their journey south. There were hundreds flying over my head along the beach. The story of the monarch butterfly is fascinating and amazing. I got involved raising monarch butterflies several summers ago just for fun with my kids, and when I started learning about them, I discovered that they were endangered due to pesticide use and the destruction of their habitats. So I started raising them in order to release them and help increase the population. There are lots of resources about how you can help save the monarchs if you're interested, but the most important things that you can do is be aware of them and take care of their habitats. Grow milkweed in your own backyard and stop using pesticides. Thanks for coming and learning about monarch butterflies with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you come and visit me at the library and see the caterpillars. Pretty soon we're going to do a video about how to raise caterpillars yourself, and we're also going to learn about some of the creatures that live in our local bay. So I'm looking forward to starting a bay tank and learning about that myself. Thanks for watching.